Welcome to Titans of Terror, where we look at the men and women who have shaped the horror landscape. Today's subject, the Soska Sisters. They're twisted, they're talented, and they're taking the horror world by storm. Meet Jen and Sylvia Soska, the dynamic duo behind some of the most daring films in modern horror. Whether it's body horror, brutal storytelling, or female driven narratives, the Soska sisters have carved their own bloody path in the industry. Let's dive into their career and see what makes them horror royalty. Born on April 29, 1983, in North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, Jen and Sylvia Soska grew up as die-hard horror fans. Their love for horror started young, begging their mother to let them watch Poltergeist. Initially wanting to become actresses, they both appeared as extras in the 2001 film Josie and the Pussycats. They would also appear in an episode of Kyle XY, entitled I've Had the Time of My Life. Their next acting role came in 2008 when they appeared in the controversial vomit gore film Regurgitated Sacrifice, as twin succubi who torture the main character. After struggling to find roles and becoming unsatisfied with the stereotypical twin roles that they were being offered, they decided to take matters into their own hands, literally. After briefly attending film school, the Soskas burst onto the scene in 2009 with their indie grindhouse film, Dead Hooker in a Trunk. Inspired by director Robert Rodriguez, they wrote, directed, produced, and starred in this outrageous, no-budget, blood-soaked thriller. The film gained a cult following and proved that these twins had something unique to offer, and Hollywood took notice. Then came American Mary in 2012, a stylish, disturbing body horror film starring Katharine Isabelle. This movie told the story of a struggling medical student drawn into the underground world of body modification. Wanting to be respectful to the body modification community, the sisters hired flesh artist Russ Fox as a consultant to ensure authenticity. The film received critical acclaim for its feminist themes, stunning visuals, and chilling atmosphere, cementing the Soska sisters as major players in horror. The sisters then directed a segment for the 2014 horror anthology ABCs of Death 2, entitled T is for Torture, which follows an actress/monster as she auditions for an adult film. The Soskas went on to direct See No Evil 2 for WWE Studios, bringing their signature dark flair to the slasher sequel. The film sees serial killer Jacob Goodnight rising from the dead to terrorize an Undertaker and her friends at her birthday party. The film stars WWE wrestler Kane and Scream Queens Danielle Harris and American Mary's Katharine Isabelle. During this time, they also collaborated with Marvel Comics, writing stories for Night Nurse, Guardians of the Galaxy, Deadpool, and Black Widow, proving that their storytelling skills go far beyond horror. Their next film would be a little bit of a departure in the 2015 vigilante action film Vendetta. The film follows a hard-nosed detective deliberately getting arrested to get revenge on a criminal that murdered his pregnant wife. That same year, the twins would make a cameo appearance in the Crackle original movie Dead Rising Watchtower as a couple of zombies. The twins would also host a horror game show called Hellevator, in which contestants form a team to take on horror-themed challenges. The show lasted for 2 seasons. In 2019, they took on the daunting challenge of remaking David Cronenberg's classic, Rabid. Their version modernized the story while paying homage to the master of body horror. The film further solidified their reputation as fearless filmmakers who respect the genre while pushing its boundaries. In 2022, Jen and Sylvia made On the Edge, a film about a family man getting more than he paid for when he books a 36-hour BDSM session with a sadistic mistress who seems more intent on making him suffer for his sins. Jen plays the mistress, by the way. Their latest film is 2024's Festival of the Living Dead, a spiritual sequel to George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. The film takes place 55 years after the original, where a group of friends are attending a festival to commemorate the original zombie attack. Lo and behold, the living dead arrive. the Soskas are currently writing for Rippaverse Comics. Their two big projects are Yaira and Bloodruth. It was also announced that the twins would be working on a new horror film with rapper Young Dirty Bastard. Today, the Soska Sisters continue to challenge the industry with new projects, activism for horror filmmakers, and their Twisted Twins production company. Whether it's writing, directing, or advocating for indie creators, these two are proving that horror isn't just a boys' club. It belongs to everyone. Jen and Sylvia Soska, two twisted minds, one unforgettable legacy. The Bat salutes the Twisted Twins, true titans of terror.